Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another GD's One Shot with me, GD. Hi, how is everybody? Yes, we are here playing Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. Yes, this game has been coming out on the DS all the way back in 2002, and it finally came out on the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, and Switch as well, I think it is. So, I have been looking forward to this game so much. Already played a little bit earlier on, but we're going to be starting with a new game. Oh, we got a choice, don't we? 2001, not 2002. God damn it. So, this game gives you the first three games. You've got the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations. We are going to be doing the first mission in Phoenix Wright. That's the first turnabout. Let's play. Gasp. Gasp. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. It's August 3rd, 9:47 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, I'm nervous. Right? Hello. Hi, Chief. I'm glad you made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Favor? You mean you knew this defendant before this case? Yeah. Actually, I kinda owe him my current job. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. No, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything is all over. What? Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. How you doing? I like the starry eyes. That's kind of weirdly... Oh, that's because you're sad. Oh, that's not good. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I am afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you? My name is Phoenix Wright. It's not, it's actually GD. But here's the story of all about how my first case is a very simple one. Simple enough. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know, better than anyone, that he's a good guy at heart. And I owe him one. Which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. It's August 3rd, 10 o'clock. District Court, courtroom number 2. Quiet in the court, please. Thank you. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little bit nervous. Your conduct during this trial would decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor? Oh. Handshaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Is it my FA? Defendant? That's, my FA. Wrong, right. Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, come on, Chief. There is no need to be going so soon, is there? Listen, Wright. The defendant is the one on trial, your client. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get. Put my foot in it this time, I've got to relax. Wow. Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Yeah, achievement. Answer my fate on the first one. It's Larry Butts. Defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what the victim's name. What's the victim's name? I can't read. Yeah, I know this one. Glad I read the case report. Cover to cover, so many times. It's, wait. Oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? I don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Oh, of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the right bumper to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Oh, wow. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? So I pressed the right bumper. No one would believe I was a defense attorney for the carry this. Right, so it's Cindy. It's autopsy report, so I was guessing her name. Time of death was 31st of July, 4 PM to 5 PM. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blood trauma. So it's Cindy. The name is Cindy. It's my fate. My fate? What? How can I be the victim? Oh, right, sorry. That was the first name that popped in my head, and the record button. Remember to use it when you're in a pinch with the right bumper. Let me ask you once again. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? It's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone? Correct. Now, tell me what was the cause of death. She died because she was... hit in the head with a blunt... I'm just gonna... Yeah, okay. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why you shouldn't proceed. Yeah, that's how court works. You answer a couple of questions, and then you're ready. You can go and defend. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. I don't feel relaxed. That's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that blunt object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into the evidence. The statue has been added to the court records. The statue of the thinker is rather heavy. Why would she have a random statue of the thinker? I mean, it's a nice... Well, I think it's a nice statue. Right. Sure to pay attention to every evidence added during the... The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the right bumper, I don't have to tell you that again, to check the court record frequently. Let's do this! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Batts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Damn it, Larry. Do not screw this over. Larry! Mr. Bass, is it not true that your victim has recently dumped you? Hey, what's your buddy? We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. Was it you anyway? Mr. Bass, you described this as generally what we mean by dumped. That she had completely abandoned you. It was and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. What's this? She was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport has now been added to the court record. Awesome. Yeah, so the victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th of July, the day before the murder. Awesome. Indeed. Appears that to have returned the day before the murder. Dude! No way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took the money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! You can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? A client has no idea a victim was seen other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, I want to meet her in Afterlife. I'm going to get to the bottom of all this. Oh, let's just continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Just have an answer, honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. No, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Are you? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Yes, oh, mutter. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Because we are in that time where we still use newspapers. Yes. We have the internet. We have seen it before, but just not to... Please bring Mr. Frank Sorrett. Frank Sorrett, yeah. To the stand. Mr. Sorrett, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sorrett, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witnesses' accounts. Let's do this. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions, when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he had been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, and I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought I'd call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found the public phone. Yay, public. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, the time of the murder was, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sorrett used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Whatever. Yeah, blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 on the day of the crime. I've got hiccups. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Mr. Wright, this is it, your real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? You exposed the lies in the testimony's witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? The client is innocent, right? And that witness must be lying in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? I think that's obvious. You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court records with the right bumper. The right bumper. Then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Right bumper. Right, let's do this then. Let's see. So the witness account. I already know what is wrong here. I was going to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man playing in the apartment. I thought we must be in a hurry because he left the door half wide open, blah blah. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment when I saw a line there, a woman, not moving, dead. I cried in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. 1 PM. I know this is the contradiction. Because I read it earlier. Time of death, 4 till 5 PM. There is no way that he would have been able to find the body at 1 PM. So how do I present it? Like that. Yes, objection. You found the body at 1 PM? Are you sure? Yes, it was 1 PM for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. Your witness merely forgot the witness merely forgot the time. After the testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sorrett, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM? Yes? What is really good? That is a really good question. I like your question. I really do. Good job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. Key through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember! Yay! I'm clever! Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery. You see, I found the body, I heard... See, when I found the body, I heard the time. There's a voice saying the time probably comes from the television. But the 3 hours off. But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. How? When we said that there was a blackout. When I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying time was probably coming from the television. I'll go with this one. Whoop. Present! Ha! Only rather. Prosecution has said there was a blackout at that time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sorrett? No, I have quite puzzled myself. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sorrett, what would prefer to get the accurate testimony from the very beginning? These consistent corrections are harming your credibility. You seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been a shock to finding the body. Yeah. Very well, Mr. Sorrett. Let's hear your testimony. Once more, please. Look at him in his cold eyes. He will kill you. He has got that gavel. Which I wouldn't recommend because you're in the court of law. I Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Yeah, there was a table clock in the department, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Must have been what I saw. What? No, the murder weapon's a statue. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. Defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Right. I know what to do. Actually, I didn't hear it. I saw it. The table clock in the apartment wasn't there. Yeah, the murder weapon. Poof! No, the murder weapon was a statue. Look at that. Wait a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now, how is that supposed to be a clock? With your objections and your evidence, who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Soritz. Hey, I saw it there. Okay, that's a clock.
Your Honour, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted the statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock, after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness' testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yeah, clearly. Your Honour, there was a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known that weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a tradition. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I could prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Yes, chapter on yourselves. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. Mr. Soritz, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned in your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Well, what's this meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture, even. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That's that day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard no, I saw... Shut up! I hate you! It was him! I tell you, I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say.
Your Honour, a moment, please. Isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defence's claims.
Mr. Wright, Your Honour, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honour, the sound Mr. Soritz heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. So let's sound that clock here in this court. Your Honour, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What's your conclusion, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Shut up, I don't want to do that. Precisely discrepancy between what Mr. Sorit heard and the actual time of death. Wrong answer, wrong answer. It's the right answer. So, Mr. Sorit, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he talking about now?
Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. He's right. How am I going to prove that?
Oh, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Oh, shoot. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot allow you to indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sorit.
I come all this way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him. Almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There is nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Sorit.
Maya? I mean, Chief?
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I cannot prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right, Mr. Wright? Can you think of a reason why the clock should be 3 hours slow?
Yes.
Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have I've got hiccups too now. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course! There is a piece of evidence in the courtroom that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
I see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victims apparently arrived from home from Paris. She took it on holiday with her. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day here. Whatever, either way. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sorit, or should I say, Mr. Did It.
Wow!
Well, order, I say. Well, this case has simply turned out differently than we would expect. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I am impressed. I don't think I have ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Why is there confetti in this courtroom? And with that, the court is adjourned. Why was there confetti in the courtroom? It turns out that Frank Sorrett was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sorrett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sorrett grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and bonked her on the head. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Still can't believe we won.
Right, good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen the trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, I imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. Oh, my Sydney Whitney's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was... no, never mind. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Hey, yeah, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate dinner, maybe, my treat.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I saw the one... Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey, here, take this. It's a present.
A present? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made the clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Huh. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick.
Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool.
Did that make you want to just cry?
Larry. You sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Ah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not sympathizing. Really? Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
What the heck is she talking about?
You have to start to, isn't it? Clear this out, Larry.
Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? About that clock.
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travelled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
Think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling.
Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick.
I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks!
That made for a lot better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Look, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe some drinks?
And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." Gee, Nick, I like that. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Maya. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the centre of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Yeah, it's a... I know. I could use this as my thingy. So yeah, it's kind of... So, there you have it. That is the first turnabout on Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, the first game of them. Look, I don't really have to say much. I really enjoyed this game series anyway. I'm happy that it's finally come out onto the Switch, the Xbox One, which I'm playing it on at the moment, and on PlayStation as well. The only thing I have with this is that some of the characters aren't really polished up as much as I would have thought they would be, but then again, you're moving from the DS over to here. I'm not expecting much. What we've seen so far looks really good. So, but yeah, if you have not played this series whatsoever, or if you have and you haven't touched it in ages, I recommend go pick it up right now. I would love to see more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney come out onto pretty much all consoles. It is a really, really good series, in my opinion. But yeah, that is it from me, GD, for this week. Please, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe to us here at Crave Your Game. And of course, until next time, GG everyone. Ooh. Bam, 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 bam.